Hello. Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. Give me 1 second. I'm making sure nothing is insanely broken right now. Okay, looks like everything's fine. Hi. This is a bit of an odd stream, but here we are. And would you look at that? Boop. I'm a VTuber. He's brought back the VTuber. He's back. How long has it been since I've last done a stream like this? Actually, I think the last time we... Oh gosh, I can actually look now. The last time we actually did a proper 3D VTubing stream would have probably been when we played Ogu, right? God, how long ago is Ogu now? That had to be at least like a month or two ago at this point. It's been a while. I still feel so bad about Ogu. We played it for like the one session and then I didn't touch it. Like I didn't stream that next Monday after it, and then I just didn't bother. Like I have moments where I just don't feel like streaming Mondays. And honestly tonight, like genuinely tonight, I actually almost didn't feel like streaming. Like I was really thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know if I want to spend my time tonight streaming. I really don't feel like doing that, but I thought to myself, and I was like, maybe like a short stream, maybe something like short and sweet, like something simple, just like to the point. Nothing too crazy or anything like that. So we'll just do a little bit of Blender modeling. No, maybe not even that. Honestly, we might even just like sit here and chat while I have Blender open. But I did feel like streaming a little bit, just maybe like an hour. Like we might not go for that long, depending on how I feel. Because as you know, I have a job, so I wake up early. Okay, wait. Ogu was 2 months ago. When was that VOD uploaded? June 10th, 2025. Okay. So basically 2 months ago. God, yeah, wow. I forgot it's been that long. I feel bad because also, I'm so sorry if I look rigidy. I changed my Warudo settings a little bit to not have me move around as much. And I also was playing around with blueprints today in Warudo to try and stop the thing that where when I lose tracking in Warudo, it snaps me back to place. I did manage to fix it. I might have to go change some other settings to get them back to normal. But I also have a hotkey now for recalibrating, so I can just calibrate with a button, which is super nice because sometimes my calibration is off and I need to fix it, and I don't want to have to go into the editor to do that, so I can literally just click this button to calibrate, and that's very, very nice, very, very handy. Also, I've noticed the stream has occasionally been getting pixelated during some of my VODs. I wonder if I could fix that. Probably can't do it while I'm streaming, but you know what? That's fair. I might need to change the output, maybe. I have no idea. Oh god, I stream all the time, and my OBS settings are still probably garbage. That's okay though. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and just get ourselves into Blimblorb. Follower age. Oh, good. Thank God that's actually working. Okay, I'm glad you tested that, because I know I have that as a command, but I forgot that sometimes I don't have the commands enabled on, what is it, Streamlabs? Yeah, I think it's Streamlabs. Or is it Stream Elements? I don't remember. Maybe it was Streamlabs, because I used to use Streamlabs OBS a long time ago, and I switched over to normal OBS a while back too. But I still use Streamlabs for like those commands because they're just handy. So, but 4 years, damn, that is a long time. Also, I'm sorry if the music is very quiet. I don't like having loud music, and I'm playing through YouTube right now, like copyright-free music. So I'll turn up the music just a little bit, but I don't like having loud music because I just can't like think. Like if I have loud music, it's hard for me to talk to myself, like, or talk to you guys. So like this is a little bit too loud for me, so I'm turning it down just a little bit. There we go. So please forgive me if the music is not exactly audible. I do apologize. But let's get you guys switched over to here. All right, this is where we're gonna be tonight. So, where should I even start? As some of you may know, if you've been watching my my innkeeping and bartending sessions or on streams recently, well, I say recently, but more like in the past like few months. Actually, probably the past like 2 months. I've been talking a lot about the Wanderer's renovations. Now, this is an update that I've been talking about wanting to do for a while. Basically, I want to go back and like renovate some of the interior of the Wanderer, maybe freshen up some stuff, just things like that. So that is something I absolutely do want to do, and I have already started working on it, but I've been very slow. I've been very, very slow with progress because as of 2 weeks ago, I officially became employed, and because of that, I have been busy on the weekdays, basically doing a 9 to 6 for training. So whenever I get off work, I get kind of like tired and I just don't want to do anything. So I've been taking it easy these past like 2-ish weeks. I still got a little bit of work done, which I will show you. But I have been very slow with starting this update. And also the summer festival just isn't happening this year because I just did not have time to sit down and get it working. Or I just didn't sit down and get it working. Frankly, that's kind of my fault. So that's on me. I'll take the L for that one. But today I kind of felt like streaming for just a little bit. We're probably going to only go till 9 because I really don't feel like streaming. I'm not going to stream for 4 hours because I don't want to stay up till 12. Guys, my bedtime is currently like 11:30, okay? And I would like to have some like, chill time to myself as well, which I mean, past like 2 hours I was relaxing, so. But I wanted to show you guys some stuff, so I'll show you what I got, and then I'll tell you what I think I want to do, and then we'll probably just like throw some stuff around and see what looks nice and whatnot. But yes, welcome. Hope you guys enjoy your stay. And I will give you a tour of the Wanderer, which is what you see right here. So this is the Blender file for the actual building. I actually saved it as a different blend file to do the renovations for specifically because I wanted to have a backup just in case. So this is the renovated version, and then I actually have another Blender file that is the normal version of the Wanderer. So luckily my changes are all self-contained to this project, which is good because if I don't like something, I can always go back. So backups are your friends. Always remember. Oh, sorry. Also, sorry. I just want to say one more thing. I was playing around in Warudo today with blueprints, and I got it working to where I can calibrate my position on a button now, which is really nice. So if I do this, I can click a button to calibrate now, like a hotkey, which is really nice. Also, I kind of got it going now to where if I lose tracking, my body doesn't snap back to a default pose. It still technically will, but it takes like, I think 100 seconds for it to actually do it. So I have to lose tracking for 100 seconds for it to actually do it. So it might as well just not be there. But I wanted to fix that because I hated that my body would always snap back looking forward when I lost tracking, and I just hated it. Also, I'm a little bit more stiff because I changed some settings. I have to go change them back later, but yeah. So I was playing RF4 Router today. Okay, all right. Well, with that out of the way, we can kind of just ease into it, kind of just see how the Wanderer's looking. So, as you can tell, this is the building. It's got, this doesn't have the basement. The basement is its like own separate blend file, because it doesn't like intersect into the building itself. It just like attaches below it, so it's its own blend file, which is good because that'd be a lot of stuff in one blend file if I had it like that. But I will give you guys a tour inside. So with these renovations, we are currently doing some layout changes to the interior of the building. We might also potentially do some exterior changes. Nothing drastic that would like change the shape of the overall building, but there definitely will be things on the inside that might be changed around. So we can just go ahead and start by walking on and, well, I guess gliding on in here. So the first major change you're going to see with this particular update is when you walk in, you'll notice that the second floor now has a hole in it now. So as you can see, this is our little like opening. I'm not gonna show the second floor yet, but You can ignore it. You can ignore these for a moment. This is all just like padding stuff, so just ignore that for a second. But as you can tell, we now have a hole cut into the second floor. This is what I've been talking about wanting to do for a while. So I was playing around with that and kind of like seeing what would work and what wouldn't. So this is what I've currently gotten. In order to get this to how I wanted it, I did have to change some things around on the second floor, which you will see when we get up there. But the idea with this is that, I mean, I'll put the padding back on, but the padding is kind of like an idea I was trying to see if it would work or not. But basically, you know, you have like this little central plaza area that I plan to keep clear. So it'll be like a bit of an open space in the center here. So the rug will probably be moved to be right about here. Like, well, I guess if I just spawn something, I can actually do a little demonstration. Also, there was a button that I could press. No, that was in Unity. Never mind. I was just about to say something. So you can kind of just like assume that this square is going to be like the rug, which honestly I could actually just take these corners and just bevel them real quick just to get like a nice little look going here. There we go. So you can kind of just assume like that's going to be like the rug. Oh, well, we're on the second floor now. So you can kind of just assume that that is going to be like the rug. And then the idea is that the tree. So this is also because we wanted to do the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree would sit here and it would go all the way up to the second floor. So you'd be able to see it would go up to the second floor. I've always wanted to do this. I think ever since we had a Christmas tree in the Wanderer, I've always had this idea of like, okay, I want to have a Christmas tree that goes through the second floor because it just looks cool. So I'm glad we're actually doing it now. But I also just want to have this second floor open because I think it kind of connects the second and first floor a lot more. Because right now in the current version, like the second floor is kind of its like own separate domain from the first floor because we have the audio occlusion. So that means that you can't hear anyone on the second floor, which is a nice thing. But it does make it so that like the private rooms don't often get utilized and such. So this particular update, which I'm trying to give a bit more of an emphasis on the second floor by being able to actually see it from the first floor. It also is nice because like they'll see the second floor and then they'll see the staircase and they can kind of put 2 and 2 together and assume there's a second floor, which is also a nice thing too. Now this padding I have in the center here, these like little pillars, like these things, I don't quite know what they're going to be yet, but I wanted to have something here because I don't like how open it looks without them. So kind of like how we had those little central like rafters with the like padding on the sides there, I was going to do something like this. So these would probably either be just like a wall with like a little like nice wooden design on the top, just going all around. And then I could potentially put some kind of chairs or couches in the corners or something. But I also want to keep the center area open. So like from the bar to right here is like a kind of an open space, essentially, which is what I want it to be. And then I obviously have like little openings here, which I could make these, definitely make these smaller if I want to. So instead of it being like that open, I could make it a bit less open. So I could do something like, oh right, I forgot this is mirrored. But I could do something like, oh, let's turn snapping off. So I could do something more like a little bit less open. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to break up the openness of the first floor. I don't want it to be like a big giant room. I want it to be kind of divided. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to divide it too much, but I do want to kind of break it up a little bit just because I don't want it to be one big huge room. So breaking the line of sight and stuff. In fact, I was also considering like taking this whole thing and just moving it over here. Now this is the part where I talk about, you know, throwing stuff at the wall. And when I say that, I literally mean that I am throwing ideas just out there and seeing what sticks. So right now I've just been doing stuff like this where I just move things around and I see like what I like and what I don't like. Like I'm not really sure I'm a fan of this particular, you know, thing sticking out like this. I haven't even touched any of this area yet. Like that's something I'm still gonna get to. Like we're gonna like redo this area too to have like a better stall because we want to put the stalls there still. And then we're still gonna keep the stage and we're gonna keep the TV area, but we're hopefully gonna freshen them up a little bit. Obviously not this stream, guys. I'm not gonna get that much done today because it's kind of a short stream, but I just wanted to kind of walk through all this because it's nice thought process. This is also a great time for feedback. So if you happen to have any suggestions, you are more than welcome to shoot them my way right now because this is probably your best chance. So yeah, okay. But yeah, like I said, I was trying to keep it kind of closed off. I think maybe rather than these being right over here, I think I'd rather they be more like this, to be honest. Yeah, kind of something like this would be a little bit nicer. Although I am kind of a stickler for symmetry. Unfortunately, it's kind of a curse. Like I want to keep things like symmetrical. So part of me also wants to take this whole thing and just duplicate it and move it down here. I'm a little rusty with Blender. Please forgive me, by the way. I haven't touched Blender in a while. I think the last time I was like seriously touching Blender was when I was finishing up the pizzeria, which would have been the end of June. So it's been about a month and a half, maybe almost 2 months. Because I took all of July off. I didn't do anything in July. I was on break in July, which is good because the start of July was when I got the job confirmation. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna spend the rest of July just relaxing and catching up on some games, and then start of August is when my job starts. So then I'll go do that. Which, by the way, I guess I could talk about that a little bit. I think I've talked about it on stream on the other, like, you know, the VR chat stuff, but I'll talk about it here. It's been going good. I'm going to be doing like live calls tomorrow. So I've been in training for the past like 2 weeks, and this week is the final week of training. And I'll actually be taking live calls tomorrow. Which I'm not nervous about. I've done them before, like live calls. I've done live calls with like actual people. It's fine. I'm not nervous. They trained me. They've done good training, and I know what to do, so I'm not too scared about that. But it'll be nice because, like, you know, during training, I've been on the camera. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and reiterate this by saying, like, I have no room to complain about my job because I technically work from home, and you know, it's kind of nice. So even if I have like back-to-back calls, it's like, who cares? I get to work from home, so whatever. I can't really complain. But for training, I've been in like a Teams meet with like 30 other people with the cameras on. Like, we have to keep our cameras on, and I don't know if it's maybe just like a subtle psychological thing, like for me personally, but there is this like effect that I think it has, where it kind of like socially drains me. So that's kind of why I get kind of tired after my work day. These past like 2 weeks is because of that. And even like right now, I'm kind of like, But the good news is that'll be ending later this week. I think starting Wednesday, I'll actually be on my own, which is awesome. So I'm super excited for that because not being on camera is great. You know, it's weird. Like, I'm on camera right now, but it's kind of a different scenario because, like, I'm not forced to be on camera, and that's kind of the whole thing, right? It's like, you know, being forced on camera for 8 hours versus, you know, being willing to go on camera as a VTuber for a few hours is definitely a different scenario. So, also, I'm just like walking around mindlessly while talking, but I'm like kind of like scoping this out and seeing how I feel. Yeah, so my thought process here, if you guys are like going to follow me on this, is we can't actually. I was gonna say something like we could put like a stall here, like have like an L-shaped stall or something, or have like a table, and then we could mirror it on this wall with like another piece of like wall coming out. But then I realized I wouldn't be able to do it on this side because I have the door on the way, which is okay. But I think I might keep this. I'm not too sure if I want to keep like this bit. Thinking like maybe just get rid of this. Yeah, maybe keep this like section open, because like if I'm standing behind the bar, like this is gonna be me. So like if I turn this back, actually I don't know. I kind of like that actually. I guess it'll depend. I don't have to see all the first floor, but like if I don't have these, then oh, that is the wrong thing. Oh, that is also the wrong thing. Yeah, there we go. It does depend. Yeah, it's like, oh, we're not on the second floor yet. No spoilers. Yeah, I guess it does kind of depend, because like that does mean I can like peek over here and look all the way down there, and like I'm still able to see the center area, which is nice. But then, you know, I would have to go peek down there as well and be able to see down there. But if I have this enabled, then that just means like, okay, I won't be able to see that area at all, and I won't be able to see that area at all. So that could be an issue potentially. I think we'll just turn it off for now. That's okay. I think I'd rather keep this kind of open, because we're also gonna be putting stuff over here too, so it's gonna get a little bit. It's not gonna be this open, but I don't think a wall there is a good idea. I think the wall right here might be fine, but then again, that like symmetrical part of my brain is like yelling at me right now. But I also kind of like I like this one. I think I like this one, but not the one over there. So we'll leave it. Scratching my nose. A bit see-through? No. I just don't think any wall there would be a good idea. Unless it's like I'm like thinking of an idea in my head, but I don't think it's a good idea. Because this might not even be like a fully solid wall. Like it might be like the top half is like holes and stuff, but I'm not gonna detail 3D model anything right now. I'm just kind of walking you guys through my thought process. I think for now this is okay, because like I said, my kind of idea was, I mean, hell, I could even kind of just do like we can really keep it basic and just do like well, what's the size of a table like this? So kind of just think for like a second. Can you see what the inside of the room for the bar? I would, but I also don't want it to be super duper open. I don't know how to explain it. I think I like this, like, yeah, like I don't want it. There's a reason why I have those dividers in the live version, is because I don't want it to be like a fully big giant open room. But I think this is fine, because I can still see over there. I can see in the center, and then I can see over there. Which I think is fine. I mean, hell, you could even say just get rid of those and just have a full clean shot. But I kind of like having those, frankly. I mean, there is a benefit to being able to see all the way over there. I mean, I'm kind of thinking now, like, being able to see onto the stage would be really nice, but at the same time, I'm not too sure. I guess, like, these ones I could probably get rid of and then just keep it like this. So at the very least, I could still kind of, like, see over there. I just want to keep these center dividers, though, because I like them. I like how it looks. I mean, obviously, it's just a block right now, but yeah. Okay, well, now, if I got rid of that wall, then my initial idea was, like, this is what I was going to do. Okay, wait, here, I'm just going to do really fucking basic blocks. So kind of like imagine this is like a stall or something. So I'm just gonna do like so we might do this, and then I'll just do like a basic block out or something. I don't really want to do detailed stuff right now. I got snapping on. That's okay. I feel so slow. I'm sluggish right now because I'm just like tired. This is not to scale, but like my general idea was something like this. Like this is what I was planning on doing. Was just like, okay, let's take this here and then this here. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, half walls, which is kind of what's going on right now. Like that's why this wall doesn't go all the way up, because I was actually gonna put like X cross beams, kind of like what we have in the main version. So, but the idea was I was gonna do something like this. Because I don't see, the thing is I don't want to make it too claustrophobic of a space, because not many people use the stalls and tables. Like most people are just hanging out and chilling with people. So I feel like in my mind I should be appealing to architecture that like benefits VR chat hangouts. You know what I mean? So like something like this is a little bit excessive with like this many tables. Like I still want to do stalls. You would still say it's a full wall? I don't know. It's like the whole point is it's supposed to like block. It's supposed to, you know, break up the view. If I made these like here, like we need to just try it real quick. Like if I were just to make them like this, I kind of well, here, get rid of all this for a second. I can just make this again. It's not a problem. I kind of like, I don't know. It's just doesn't really seem like it's worth even having a wall there at that point. Well, you know, now that I'm looking at it more, you know, I'm gonna be honest. Now that I'm looking at it more, it's kind of growing on me. Well, here, let me show you what I was gonna do. Chest height, maybe. That's a good idea. Let me try that. Well, my chest height, by the way. I would like to note that we're basing this off of like my height. So like it's gonna be based off like this avatar's height, which is like my actual normal height in VR chat. So it's based off my avatar. So, yeah, I was thinking of you know what, we could probably go with this. And then what I was thinking was, I'll just quickly make this real quick just so I could show you guys. Just like make one of these like a little bigger. Yeah, so like my little idea was, I think I remember seeing this at my Italian restaurant, and I should go there and take pictures actually. But I wanted to do something kind of like this, except it'd be like go up to the ceiling, and then you'd have like 1, 2, like 3. I mean, this is obviously not like what I would like exactly what I was gonna make, but just like just to show you guys the thought process going up in my mind. And then we could just like we could top it off with just like some basic yeah, see, this is like I said at the start of the stream, this is like us 4. There you go. Yeah, so this is something like basic like this, really. And then what I could do is well, I could just do it right now actually. So if I go quiet for a second, I'm like in the zone, 3D modeling. Yeah, so like then I could do something like this, where it's like a self-contained piece. I mean, obviously the design wouldn't be like this exactly, but the idea is like, you know, it's like a little wooden barrier thing. This is like, I gotta go ask my friend Chingy, because my friend Chingy is a very talented. He's like very good at interior architecture. Like he loves this kind of stuff. And I asked him like, hey, if I ever have any questions about stuff, could I reach out to you? And he's like, absolutely. So I gotta sit down with my friend Chingy and ask him for some advice, because I know he'd want to go crazy with this. See, that emoji makes you think you're like judging it. I know it doesn't look good, but like I wanted to do some kind of like wooden pillaring here, like design wise. Not this design, this is just me throwing shit at the wall. In fact, we can go ahead and like see what this looks like on the other side as well. So if I just like take all this and just grab it all and just duplicate it and move it, we can just like get a really basic glimpse at what this will look like. So if you wanted the X-beams, then yeah, the shoulder height walls would be too low. Those X-beams look yeah, I know they're too big. Maybe you could divide the walls into 3 sections. A shoulder height wall, a shoulder height half wall. Then the top could be a horizontal beam with X-beams to the ceiling, and the middle section could have plants and other. Okay, wait. Let me try and I'm trying to read what that means. Okay, wait. If you want okay, yeah. You could divide the wall area into 3 sections. A shoulder height half wall. Okay, so this part right here. Then the top could be a horizontal beam with X beams to the ceiling. So I'm assuming you mean... Here, let me just get rid of these for a second. I'm assuming you mean something like this. And the middle section could have plants and other ornaments. Oh, I think I get what you're saying. Wait. So like, let's like fragment this for a second. So like, we're going for like something more like this kind of. There we go. And then I could just make these a little smaller. Oh, and I think I selected all of them on accident. Oopsie. Yeah, okay. And then like what I could do is this could be like a outstretched section like that, just to give it a little bit of depth. Yeah. Actually, no. That middle part would be empty. I thought that'd be where the plants go. I must be misremembering. We could still add like holes into this as well. Like that's not an issue. Like there could be like some kind of like hole that you can peer through. I'm actually thinking of something right now. Actually, wait, let me squish this down a little bit, because I think the wall is a little bit too thick. So let's make it a little bit thinner. There we go. Yeah, and then I think we'll extend out the bottom part. There's a beam on the top of the middle section where the X beam starts from. Oh, you think I should expand it out going like this as well? Oh no, you're talking about something else. Never mind. What I was gonna do was expand this out just by a little bit. Well, maybe I don't want to expand that out, actually. I don't know. I don't know. I could still put like a hole in it though, like here. I was thinking of something like, once again, we're gonna do a really basic model for a second, because I really don't want to make something complicated. Well, this is just meant to be... I don't know about the plant part. I don't know where the plants would go on this wall, because I was going to put them on the top and then there'd be nothing on the bottom. But I guess you guys are thinking like, oh, you could put the plants on the bottom and stuff, which we could, like, I think I might still put chairs and stuff on the backside here, and then this side could still have like a plant patio, so it could still be something like this, where it like maybe comes out, but then now that looks ugly. Bleh. So sorry, I don't know why I said bleh. Well, I haven't actually edited this wall yet. I should probably do that. There we go. Yeah, so like what I could do with this, I was just thinking about this for a moment. Oh right, that's not gonna mirror it. There we go. Does that mirror it actually? No, it doesn't. Damn. Okay. I thought it was gonna mirror the Boolean, but it didn't. Okay, that's okay. Oh, if I was gonna put plants, I don't know. I mean, I could do what we did with the rose bushes, where they're still on the bottom. So then it's like these two walls get merged, and then their like bottom parts will kind of come out like well, not like that, but you kind of get the idea. I was kind of hoping I could like, I'll just do this. Well, kind of just something like that, which that's way too high up, obviously, but still. That could just all be like, well, I don't know if I want to do plants. I'm not too sure about that. What I was thinking was get me back to what I was just doing a second ago. There you go. Was something like this, where it's like a set of like, here I could do like you know what I'm saying? Whatever I just said. So like you could have this, but then it's like you still have like a little barrier you could kind of look through and stuff just for design. I'm thinking of like restaurants I've been to that had something like this. But I don't think that's, I don't know. It could probably work if I just pad it out some more. God, I really want to ask Chingy. Ugh. I have to sit down with some people later and figure this out. Because right now, like I said, I don't know what the fuck I want to do. So this is why we experiment. You know, because doing this would be bad because then people wouldn't be able to get under it because of the colliders. So that's not a good idea. So the only way I could really see it is like doing one like this, but I personally think that this part should be lower if we're doing that. Like low, low. Everybody get low, 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 low. You know what I mean? Oh god, I keep forgetting snapping's on. I'll be. You guys are making me think, though. I appreciate it, though. Thank you. Yeah. So then this would become like I could either do I could either extend this out and then have like a seated plant body here. So then this would become like that. So then we would either go back to having like bushes here, which I mean that's not a bad idea, but like we could try something new. I'm like imagining in my head for a second what I want. Like what would look nice, because I don't think I want to do potted stuff like that again. If I was gonna do plants, I think I'd want to do like an actual hanging potted plant instead of like a whole tray of bushes. I don't think I want to do bushes, to be honest. Now what we could do is, an idea has come to my mind that I wish to explore. An idea has popped into my brain. Oh yeah, this is also the wall of there. What we could do, just thinking about this for a moment. So like we can still keep it like this. We can still keep the same height, but instead what we can do, so like maybe around like the midsection right here. So you take this part and we could do this two ways. We could either Here, I'll even do a Boolean just to show you guys what I'm thinking. Oh, that is a bevel. We do not want a bevel. We want a Boolean. We don't want a bevel. We don't want a Boolean. So we could either do something like this, where it's a very self-contained, assuming they were thinking a middle open section for plants, maybe. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're thinking something like this, and then having maybe plants and stuff. Yeah. I was thinking like either something like a whole stretch, or we could do like a segment. So, oh gosh. 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. We tend to be slow to like them, well apart from what Legends is sit on. Yeah. I could see something like this working, where it's like you've got like the frames, and then you could maybe have like a plant or something kind of in there. I mean, I'm thinking like it would be like a rested potted plant, but I mean, you could technically like inset this and then maybe put some dirt and have like a hanging plant or something and turn it into like a window frame or whatnot. Like maybe. Or in my mind, or like honestly, I think this would probably look better if I just did it like just straight up like, okay, let's just take this whole middle section out, just completely cut this whole middle section out like this. Keeping it kind of at like eye level, like just enough at eye level like this. And then you just have like a section, you'd have like something like this, and then you could maybe put like a little dividing, oh, and we're upstairs again, a little dividing thing between them. That way you could have the best of both worlds, where I could be behind the bar and I can still kind of peek through, but it would still feel a little like, you know, maybe. I don't know. Like this wall, right? Like this one right here, and these ones don't need to have it, but then like these two could, just so it kind of opens this area up more, but then it kind of keeps this area a bit closed off. Although I don't know how I'm gonna put plants in there. It could just also be a whole window pane, an interior window pane, or I could just take like a mini versions of these and just have them go boop 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 boop. And plants would be nice though, but then you have to keep in mind I have to go make the plants, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Also, I don't know why the Boolean. I don't understand why the Boolean does not. Yeah, the mirror modifier should. The bar at the top part can be thinner too, so there's more view. Oh, you mean like. Oh, right. No wonder this isn't working. What am I doing? Wait. Yeah, no, it's this one. So then it would be this. There you go. I was wondering why that wasn't working. So you're thinking more like. I'm assuming when you say the top part being thinner, I'm assuming you mean something like this, where you want to raise this up a bit, but then you want to raise this up a bit too, to have a bit more. I don't know, that seems a little too open now. Keep it kind of closed. I like keeping it a little bit closed. I think I like that. Let me copy these over so I can actually No, just a Boolean block that makes the hole bigger. I think the top face could have been higher. I think the top face of that block. Okay. I think. Wait, no. I think the top face of that block could have been higher. Oh, okay. So you meant this one. Gotcha. Maybe like just a little bit more, maybe. Yeah. Oh, and I should probably copy these pillars over. Also, the reason I'm like moving the origins to the cursor is because the cursor is already centered. So as long as I make sure to apply the rotation and scale, I can just copy and just mirror them over. Oh, you think it's too thick? Okay. Maybe something more like this. That could work. Let's get some definition there. That could work, yeah. And then I could always like make it so maybe, yeah, something like that. I see where you're going with that. And we could probably do the same thing for this whole section here. I think this wall won't have a divider. Well, actually, oh, sorry, I'm scratching my eye. Well, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna copy. We're gonna copy. There we go. Yeah, so do something like this. Well, is that? No, wait. That's. Oh, right, because I don't think I narrowed these ones down. Actually, we can probably here just get rid of these for a second. We'll just take like this whole section, duplicate it, 50 degrees, going there. Kind of make sure it's properly in the center, kind of like that. Then we're just gonna take this wall, bring it over. Okay, well, that's still fine actually. I could just do. Actually, I could just do like this and just. Boop. And then lastly, what I could do for these is. Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh damn. No, actually, we'll just put these in place and then we'll I'm just gonna do this real quick just to see what it looks like. So yeah, so do that. Oh, actually, I wonder how that actually looks if I do all of it like that. You know, that actually, you know what? Actually, I'm not gonna lie, that actually kind of looks. You know what? Wait, here. Let's see what this looks like when I finish it. So kind of just have this like this. Oh, I don't want to do that. Thank you. Oh, that is my Alt Tab button. I think the costumes would look nice on the front wall, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really liking the half wall at the bottom. I think it could do without the bottom section. We do without the bottom section. I mean, I can probably agree to that. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. There's something about that that's kind of appealing. Just having like a little courtyard in the center. Although I don't know if I like having like all this stuff in the front here. I don't mind these bottom parts though. I think maybe I can make them look better, but like in terms of a barrier, like that actually ain't too bad. I think maybe this front bit I might get rid of. I wish I could. I think the biggest problem is that it's mirrored on the axis, so it's gonna mirror it across like both axes. So if I were to like, yeah, so yeah, I'd have to do like this and then. Okay, that's fine. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of how I feel about it. Yeah, this front part I'm probably not gonna have actually. So what we're gonna do is get rid of this whole front bit. Because it's mirrored on that side, right? Well, we're not gonna go too crazy with this right now, actually. So we can afford to kind of So we could do this. I really want to just... Actually, I could just Boolean the whole thing. Actually, you know what? That is a very good idea. I could actually just... I could actually be lazy and... side. So if I wanted to, what I could do instead is I could just do this to get rid of this whole section. Probably not a good, probably not, shouldn't be doing it this way. Oh, and does it have a face orientation issue? No, really? Well, that's interesting. Why are you not including this part? Oh gosh, it must be some like weird issue. Nope. Oh, right, because it's only gonna... never mind. Never mind. That's not gonna work. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. I'm just gonna... We're just gonna do it... We're just gonna... I'm just gonna apply all this real quick and just delete what I want. I know, it's... I'm kind of doing it this way because I really don't feel like actually fixing the Boolean, so we're just gonna do it this way and just get rid of this whole front bit and just see what it looks like. Because I'm gonna go back and redo it all anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So it's okay. But we're just doing this so we can kind of get like a feel of what might potentially work and what might not work. So yeah, see, that looks nice. Yeah, I think I could live with something like this because then it's like a little bit more, it's like a kind of a nice little contained center area. And then you can have like a nice flow of people. You have like, but this area I'm gonna be filling with stuff. Like when we get to like this section, which will be where the stools are, because I'm thinking like if I want to have tables or not. I know this whole center area is gonna be completely empty. Like it's just gonna be an open area. Maybe have like a potted plant hanging from the bottom or something. And then I guess this could remain open, like not even like glass or anything, just have like a little open area. Oh, we're upstairs again. I'll show you guys the second floor in just a minute. I actually need to get around to doing that. But yeah, I think I can live with that because I kind of like the idea of like walking in and then you have like kind of this wall here, but then you can go straight into the center area, or you could go left or right. And it kind of like, you got like a nice flow in a way. So you've got 3 directions you can go. You go straight into the center, you can go to the right, or you can go to the left. In fact, I would be tempted to just actually have this part right here actually just like connect as a wall like that. So then it's like you've got like in the center area you've got like I can look left, I can look right, but then like as they come in, well, maybe not, because it'd be nice to be able to actually see the window that they're looking through and stuff, I think. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. Okay. All right, before I forget, I need to show you guys the second floor changes. So as you guys know, we have a hole in the second floor, as you can see. But the second floor has been moved around a little bit. There's been some changes. So the first big thing is that when you walk up here, there is no longer a wall right here with a door. It is actually a nice little hallway area, and the private rooms have been pushed back a bit more. So there's this whole little area now that I can work with for stuff. So I could even put like a sofa, some nice tables, maybe some photos. But we've got like this extra space up here now, because I pushed the private rooms back. So we still got the 2 private rooms. They're still the same size. I fell again. I'm just gonna go like this. We've still got the 2 private rooms. They're still the same size. I was thinking about making each one smaller just so I could have a third one. So we have 3 instead of 2. So we could have 3 private rooms, instead of 2 private rooms. But I decided to settle on the 2. I decided to keep the 2 for the time being. I could probably do 3. I think this is big enough that you could definitely do 3 private rooms. Like I think I did 2 initially, but I could totally do 3. But this hallway in the back has been made smaller. So it's a little bit more narrow, which looks small, but it's still pretty big, all things considered. And I don't mind it at all. I think it looks pretty nice, actually. Also, you might notice the pillars from the first floor are a little bit more consistent now. So one of the issues with the pillars in the main version right now is that they don't have consistency. They don't have consistency between the second and first floor. But now these pillars actually do have consistency. So these like corner pillars right here are actually lined up with the bottom plaza down here. If that's what you're wondering why it's like that, it's because it matches up with the pillars on the second floor. I was very specific in trying to get that to work, so I'm very glad I did, because it looks a little better. And I still haven't fleshed out the ceiling of the second floor yet, so it's very barren right now. But I'm gonna eventually have like cross beams coming across each side, kind of like fragmenting the ceiling and then adding like my own bits to it. Also, we're gonna have ceiling fans. I am going to add the ceiling fans from the pizzeria to the map, so I will do that eventually. So we will have ceiling fans. So we'll probably have like 2 over here, 2 over there, and then maybe like another set up here. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure something out. Oh man. But yeah, just like sitting here, this is not a bad view. I'm starting to like this. It's turning out pretty good. And we haven't even gotten to like over here yet. Like I am definitely going to redo this whole wall. So in fact, I might even get rid of this brick wall. Well, I might keep it, but we'll see. But this is where the initial like stalls were. And one of my plans was I wanted to put maybe like tables and chairs kind of like right here on this wall. So maybe we'd have like 2 sets of chairs, like 2 tables here, 2 tables there, 2 tables here, 2 tables there. So you have like little tables that people could sit at and eat, but then you could also have like the big booths over here. And I'm thinking the booth would go all the way to the door, maybe. Ugh, sorry. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do the booths yet, though. I do know that there is a demand for big booths, so we're going to at least keep the big booths. So we're going to have at least 1 big booth and maybe 1 small booth, but I'm going to redo the models for them. Or we're going to have like 1 big booth and then like maybe 2 small booths or something. But I am still thinking of how I'm going to do this. You know, there is a possibility I could just get rid of this door. I could just not have side doors. But I think I don't think I'm gonna do that, to be honest. I kind of like the side doors. That'd be kind of a addition. Or instead of a side door right there could be a side door like in the center here. But I think that would like make it to where there wouldn't be enough space for the big bar, the big thing. Okay. This center area, though, I am liking, though. So thank you guys for the feedback. That was very much appreciated. That was really good feedback. The stage is still going to need some work, definitely. I still want to keep the stage because I know people use it. I just have to make a new model for it, which I think I might actually make a more like detailed stage. I'm gonna make something a bit more detailed than the one we currently have, because we still use the stage for Christmas and stuff, so we want to keep a stage there. So that's nice. Now I will say though, this corner over here, I'm thinking I think my original concept. We can actually do this right now. If it'll actually work. We can actually do this right now. But I want to show you guys what one of the concepts I had originally for this was. I think I started working on this in a different Berlin project and then I never finished it. You could probably guess what it is just by what I'm about to do, but I think that might be good enough, actually. Oh, right, and then I think I need to make it to where... Okay, there's a way to do this without... No, that's not... Well, that might actually be fine. No. No. We'll just do difference. So... Oh, that is in a language I cannot read. I don't know what that says, but I'm gonna assume you're saying hi. So hello. Welcome. I'm just doing Blimblorb for my map, for my in VR chat. I wish it would actually like extrude down, but that's okay. We'll just live with what we got. So I was thinking of turning this area over here into like a sunken area. Sorry, scratch. So this would become like a little sunken area, because you guys know like people really like their sunken areas at VR chat. So my little idea was to turn this area into a sunken area, but I don't know if that'll work, because having like a little extra walk around area might be weird. Also, I know the pins are over here too, and I think we were talking about like potentially turning this into the artist corner or something, because we have the pins here. So I'm like, okay, should we turn this into the artist corner? But I also want to put the video player here, like the TV with the video player. So I'm thinking of like where I want to, like, I think I might move the markers somewhere else in the end, but I'm not sure where. But I do want the TV to at least stay here. So this wall right there would have the TV, and then this would be like the comfy area that you would like hang out to watch on the video player. That's what I want to do, definitely. And I was thinking of like, okay, we'll just do like a cool little sunken area, which is what I would like to try and do. And like have a couch and stuff. But I'm not sure if the sunken area would actually look nice. I am not sure. I'll be honest with you guys. I currently do not know if that would look nice. I think I don't need a sunken area, but I do need to flesh this area out more with like cozy stuff. And then yeah, like I need to get the wall table set up, and then figure out what to put on here. Hard to say. Yeah, it's okay if you don't have any ideas. It's fine. I understand. I frankly don't either. Kind of. Well, I mean, the biggest thing was really the hole in the second floor ceiling. That was like the biggest thing I wanted to change. Everything else was kind of like, I want to go back and redo furniture. That's the big thing. So really it's just updating a lot of furniture and updating some of the padding and stuff to make it look a little nicer. It's honestly not an update that's going to take a huge amount of time to do. It's just like, because I have work and stuff, it's been taking a while. So, what time is it? 9? Okay. I did say I would only go for an hour. We didn't really get, well, I would say we got a good amount done today. I'll go for just a little bit longer, maybe for like 10 more minutes maybe, because I really don't want to go for like, I'm not going to go for the full 4 hours. I kind of want to have like an hour or two to myself before I have to go to bed, because my bedtime's at 11, by the way, guys. 11:30 roughly. That's when I have to go to bed. What? Because I wake up at 8. And it takes me about an hour to actually go to sleep. So instead of going to bed like 8 hours before I have to wake up, I always try to go to bed 9 hours before I have to wake up, because it takes an hour for me to actually sleep. So trust me, I've timed it. But yeah, no, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. A lot of stuff is up for debate though. Really, a lot of things. Like I think a lot of it's also going to be getting community feedback on what they like and don't like as well, and things that I like about innkeeping and what I don't like and stuff. Like, okay, what do I want the layout to be to benefit innkeeping and such, you know, for myself as well. So, and that's a big thing too, is what we're trying to push for as well. I will say though, so far I am happy with the changes, especially I think now that we've got this area kind of going, like I'm liking it. It's looking good. I'm still kind of like debating how I feel about being able to like see all the way around, but that's because we haven't actually padded out this whole area over here yet. So like this won't be as wide. It'll come out a bit, so it won't be like as big as this. And that's not even considering like any extra furniture or carpet we haven't put down yet. Yeah, because areas like up here, like I definitely like a piece of carpet, maybe some paintings or photos, maybe like a table with a little ornament on it, or like a little couch or something up here. I was actually thinking of putting a window here. What would you put in this space? That's a good idea. I could do that, yeah. I'm liking how the second floor is coming along, though. I'm really happy with these changes. I especially am happy with the private rooms as well, because I really want to, in the future, I would love to do a system where, like, supporters can claim their own private rooms, so I wanted to make the private rooms a bit more viewable to people. But, I mean, that's for another day. Yeah, and I haven't even touched my room yet. I'm definitely going to renovate my room. I really want to redo my room to make it look a little nicer. And I want to redo the mirror room as well. Like, change it up a little bit. And the attic will still stay the same. The attic's still fine. Actually, the attic I might also change the layout of. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that, though. But we will see. But there's definitely a lot of room for improvement, so... There is a lot of room for improvement. I am really liking this view, though. Yeah. I do like this view a lot. Like, even be able to stand up here and, like, look down at the bar and just see me from up here, I think is a really, really refreshing change. Also, by the way, the world map that I have up here is I'm probably going to get rid of it. I'm probably going to put something else up there. I think I might still keep the world portraits of all the world creators and the worlds and stuff, but there is a chance I might get rid of it. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet, but I think the world map that was up here, I think I'm gonna throw that out, and put something else there. I'm not sure what's gonna occupy that big patch of wall. I was considering putting a window. So we have the attic window, and then we have the second floor window, but I'm not too sure yet. So that wall needs to have something put on it eventually, which, yeah, I'll have to figure that out. So, yeah, I wish I would have gotten more stuff done so I could show you guys more stuff and get more feedback. But like I said, I've been tired after work. Well, I wouldn't say tired, but more like socially exhausted. I guess that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, socially exhausted would be a good way of putting it. So I'm hoping once I kind of ease more into the actual work, like my IRL job work, like once I ease into it more, I think I'll be good to go. I'll be fine. But right now it's been, because, on camera for 8 hours a day in a team meeting with 30 people. So it feels so weird complaining about that, but like, I don't know, just socially exhausting. That's all for someone like me. I can't socialize definitely, but in those cases, it's like, I do have a social battery. I do have a social battery. That is absolutely a thing that I have. I feel it. Oh God, I can feel myself starting to slip away, actually. Ugh. Okay. Well, I did say this was going to be a short stream, so we might stop there, actually. I'm like running out of juice, so I think it's probably high time let's save this first. It's always good to save. Well, I think we will stop there for tonight. I think we did a good amount of work, actually. You guys gave some pretty good feedback, so thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. I will definitely be doing more on the side. I'm also going to reach out to some people and ask for some advice on what they would want to do. And also, I'll reach out to community members whenever I talk with them, and see what you guys would think and what my friends would think as well. Because I've got a lot of people I can reach out to about feedback, and about like what they would want to do or what they would think would be a good idea. Because I'm not the best when it comes to interior design. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I am not an interior design guy. It's not something I'm like exceptionally skilled at. So I am more than happy to take feedback in regards to it. But with that, I will take my leave. Who can I send you guys over to? I think Midnight's streaming tonight. I think she's streaming. Let me check. Okay, how many people do I have I could raid? Okay, Imic's playing Just Take Two. Midnight's playing Abiotic Factor. And Wolf is playing Deadlock. Okay, I think I'm going to send you guys over to Imic, because, us small creators got to help each other out, you know what I mean? So, you go say hi to my friend Imic. He's playing Just Takes Two with, I believe, a friend of his. So tell him I said hi. I'm going to go brain dead and probably go watch some stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. I'm really glad I streamed, actually. I was about to not stream today, but I'm glad I did. All right, you guys have a good one. I'll see you later.